Today, I'm going to show you how to take time off every single station in Hyrox, starting from the ski, going all the way through to the Wallballs. Now, I know Hyrox is 50% riding or more if you count the rock zone, but the stations are so important because if you perform these inefficiently, you're going to be more tired for the run, and this is going to have a snowball effect for the rest of your race. So if you want to avoid this, then keep watching this video. So the first station in Hyrox is the ski. Now, this isn't usually one to worry about, but the problem that can come with this is that you go off way too fast, because what's after this is your sled push, the sled pull, and your burpees, 3 of the hardest stations in the event. And if these are some things you're not good at anyway, you might really struggle. So we want to be as efficient as we can on the ski. We don't need to set any world records unless you're Hunter McIntyre or something like that. It's just about making sure we get it right, we control our breathing, and we make sure we're not too scrambled for the run afterwards, okay? So with the ski, if you're going to run into the zone, all you need to do is a couple of simple tips. You don't need to bring these handles all the way to the top. Once you've gone down from here, they're never going to raise higher. So I'm only going to go as high as my arms can take it, okay? So I want constant power. If I'm up here on my toes, I've got no leverage here. I can't make the fan move any harder or use my weight to my advantage. So what I need to do is get to a point where I can, which is going to be this point, okay? Then all I'm going to do, I'm going to drive my hips back, much like you would in an RDL. It's going to be bum towards the wall behind you, or bum towards the spectators that are taking videos of you. You're going to drive your bum back. You're then going to drop your chest and forward the arms. You don't need to bring the handles any lower than the front of the legs. If they go any further back, then you're going to have problems, okay? Because then that's just dead time that we're wasting that we could be using to move the fan. You can't do anything else in this bit right here, okay? So from the top, I've got leverage here. I'm going to drive hips back, chest down, and pull to the front of the legs. And then back up, hips back, chest down, like so. Hips, chest, arms. Like so, okay? You want to use that hip pitch to your advantage. Obviously, you might have quite a high cadence on here. If you can, then you want to breathe every couple of strokes, or breathe in as you're going up, breathe out as you're coming down, okay? That's just, you don't need to worry about any more than that, okay? Because we're not trying to set world records, we're just trying to be efficient. With which setting you have your ski on, personal preference, I would strongly suggest anywhere between 5 and 7. 7 if you're a bit heavier or a bit stronger, and 5 if you're not. Right, so the second station is for me one of the hardest ones, your sled push. Now, you might not win the race here, but you definitely lose it. So there's different ways you can go about your sled push. First, we're going to talk tactics. Now, I'm going to prize the singles, doubles, so just keep the sled moving by however means necessary between you and your partner. Singles, you can either try and do 4 lengths, one after the other, like so, where you just go and do it like that. I'd also suggest, if you're a bit like me where it's harder, maybe doing a full length and then doing some half lengths, or just going for half a length. So you go half a length, 5-10 second rest, go again. Either way, at each end, so you've got the start, the middle, the other end, you're going to have 5-10 seconds rest. Obviously, it adds up time-wise, but it is important that you're trying not to kill yourself here. It might mean that you're quicker overall because you're taking little small rests, which are regulated, as opposed to one big rest, maybe you overcook it, okay? Now, the next one is hand positioning. So, hand positioning, 3 different ways of doing it. Number 1 is arms straight out. Not my favourite, because I think unless you've got very good overhead strokes, this is probably not going to really benefit you at all, because you're quite far away from the sled, and it's just going to be hard to get moving initially. The second one is hands in. So you've got your hands in, and you're over the sled a little bit more. Now, I like this more because you can get closer to the sled, you can move it, you're a bit more powerful in this position. Downside in, it's quite taxing, and it's going to get you out of breath quite quickly. So the one I go for, we use quickly elbows. So we'll go 1, 2, over the sled, like so. Now, I'm right over the sled, but I find this keeps my heart rate lower. I'm sure by breathing a lot easier. Yes, do remember to breathe on your sled push. And I just find that's a much more sustainable approach for me. Now, the last thing is feet positioning. Now, feet positioning is so important because what people do wrong is that obviously sled is one foot after the other. They start by doing 1 foot forwards. Now, this isn't the strongest position. If I said to you, back squat as much weight as possible, and then split squat as much weight as possible, your back squat would be way heavier because you've got a stable base, feet even distributed, weight even distributed, therefore you're stronger. So why are we doing this with our sled push? Well, I don't know, you tell me. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. When you start to push, you're going to push the elbows. You're then going to go your feet in line with each other, okay? Then you're going to dip down a little bit, get a bit of bend in the knee, and then do a big push, okay? And then that's going to get it moving a lot easier. And then you can take it into your rhythm. You want to be taking small steps, not massive steps. They're going to be more taxing. They're going to make your legs feel like they've done a lot more than maybe they have. So you want to avoid big, large steps. You want small steps, nice and consistent. So little checklist for you. Arms on, crook the elbow, dip the knees, over the sled, leave them like so. Okay, so next up is your sled pull. Now, this isn't one of those where you feel over feel of lactic acid, but I can just keep the heart rate high. And if you dawdle, it can actually take so long, because if you're fiddling around with your rope and you're faffing about, it can take so long for you to actually get this done. You've got to run the other side, do it again. So there's a few techniques that you want to use. Now, some people will just try and pull the sled hand over hand like so. I wouldn't recommend this unless you're extremely strong. Yes, it's fast, maybe go over it doubles and singles, probably not, okay? What you want to do is be able to use your hip drive, and you'll have a little walk back. Now in Hyrox, obviously, if you've done it before, you'll know, you have a box you need to stay in. So don't walk back any more than 3 to 5 steps, depending on the length you're taking with your steps. So that's something to bear in mind. But when it comes to technique, what I do, pull the snap out of the rope, because obviously you don't want to waste any energy. I want to get my hips back, almost like I'm about to do a kettlebell swing, and I'm going to drive my hips forward and pull at the same time. Once I'm rocked out, I'm going to plug my shoulder, do a little step like so, and then repeat. Move the rope back, strong position, go over, up and steps back. Notice how every single rep or pull, I'm moving the rope. The rope can either go front corner of the box. I'd suggest one of the corners of the box. You can go behind you. If I leave my rope where it is, what's going to happen is as I start to walk back, I'm going to trip and slip on that rope, okay? So every pull, I want to get it, move it. I put it in the front corner because I can see it, I know where it is. The amount of people that trip over a rope, I've done it before as well. You just want to avoid that. And again, sled pull, you just want to get through it. Constant rhythm, keep breathing, get into a consistent flow of things, and it should be fine. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I've actually got more tips than just the ones I'm sharing in this video. But I only send these out in a very specific way. I've actually got 30 ways in 30 days that you can smash your next Hyrox, and I'm going to send it straight to your inbox. What you need to do is click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. If not, then fine. If that's something you're interested in, then do that now, and I'll let you get back to the video. Right, next up, this is the 4th out of 8 stations. Well, it's a biggie, it's the burpee broad jumps. Now, in singles, this is a completely different proposition. Doubles, keep it moving. One person should always be moving forward with the burpee while the other's resting. Singles, you need to be a bit more clever with how you move things. Now, first of all, the best thing to do is just to try and keep going, whether that means going slowly, as opposed to going really fast, resting for a minute and going again, okay? 2 different techniques we're going to talk about primarily. One, obviously, you get to the floor. Number 1 is a step up, where I'm bringing my foot up and then together, and then I'm jumping. Alternatively, I can do jump up in 1, feet together, like so, and then go, okay? Depending on the athlete you are, depending on you choose. If you're a powerful athlete, burpee is very easy. Then the second one, the jumping up with both feet, is going to be quicker, but it is more taxing. So for a lot of people in singles, it's better to step up. And even for doubles, it can actually be a quicker option for you, just because you're really using less energy in one. Now, where it gets a little bit difficult with burpees, admittedly, is resting. Because what happens is, let's say I'm trying burpee. I'm at a little jump, or whatever, that's a very little jump. I'm here, I just want to stand like this and just rest, get breath in, okay? But there's no requirement for you to stand all the way up. So you don't need to. And you get more oxygen in here. So if I'm resting, make sure you rest like this, because that's going to help for starters. Secondly, this is what I like to do. As I'm about to go for my jump, I just take a little bit of a rest on my knees like this, because then I'm not using any energy to hold this position. And then I can just pop back up, jump, okay? Another good way of resting on the burpees. It really is about practicing this, knowing your paces, whether you do 5 and have a little rest on the knees or a little rest on your hands like so, doesn't matter, okay? Get to that sort of knowledge of knowing how many burpees you can do without resting. And then on game day, you can adjust this. You can maybe do a couple of extra or a couple less, depending on how you feel with specific reps. Other than that, there's not much to talk about burpees. What is important is rules, and a lot of people do fall foul of these rules. Your hands can't be more than a foot length in front of your foot. If you, let's say we'll do a jump into this. You do a little jump, and my hands go here, that's illegal, okay? Way too much gap. What I want to do, I've just came off a jump, hands here, okay? Throw the chest down, fine. Foot, step, whatever, go again. Just don't bring your foot past your hand, because then obviously that's also illegal. And another one that people do wrong is that when you come up, you step up with one, then you step forward of this one, then you jump. Where that front foot goes is where you need to bring the other foot to. You can't bring that further forwards, okay? They're the rules that people get wrong a lot. Other than that, as I said, not too much talk about burpees. On to the next. Next up is the row. Now, if you're trying to push row records, then obviously the row needs to be quite quick. I often think a row is a good place to maybe catch your breath, okay? You've just had 3 hard stations in the sled push, sled pull burpees. The row is a really good place for you to maybe catch your breath, okay? Now, this doesn't mean just go and gently have a little stroll like you with your kids or something like that. What it does mean is just be really efficient, but maybe you row this at 75% instead of 100% or 80% instead of 100%, or even anything under 100, okay? Now, technique-wise, again, like the ski, we're going to keep it quite simple, because what we don't want to do is fuzzle you for your next run, but we do want to make sure we're being efficient again. So, obviously, you're going to the station, your feet are going to be straight in as quickly as possible. I know obviously there's a bit of an art now about how people switch on doubles. Don't worry about that too much. Just get it done. Down for a similar thing, anywhere 5 to 8 maybe, that depends. With the row, the first thing you need to move is your legs, okay? I want you to think legs, body, arms. And with the legs, we're going to use that kettlebell swing analogy again. So imagine, if you're going to do kettlebell swing, you're going to drive your hips. Loads of people miss out on the hip drive. And whilst I'm not a professional rower, I know that hip drive is an extremely strong position for our body to be in, and that's why we want to try and get that if we can. So what I'm going to do is go from here. I'm going to almost do a kettlebell swing, push with the legs, do a kettlebell swing, and that'll get me to here. Then it's a case of slightly back to the body, and then it'll be pulled the arms, okay? So that's slow. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. And then as you get more confident, like so. Again, you're going to breathe out as you fall in, and we're coming back in. When I'm coming in, I'm just reversing it. So you go legs, body, arms, and then obviously it's going to be arms, body, legs. So legs, body, arms, body, legs. Okay? That's going to be your row. As I say, cadence something manageable. Don't go too crazy. Just keep moving under control. You shouldn't be elevating your heart rate by loads here, and then hit the next run, because now you're going to be really ready to attack the final part of the race, and hopefully it'll be after. Okay, next up with our farmer's carry, and don't want to make it too simple, but pick them up and put them down as few times as possible. In doubles, they should never not be moving. There's no excuse for you both to be resting on a farmer's carry. That might sound harsh, but no matter the level, one person can pick them up and be walking at all times. Now, you might have seen a couple of techniques. Some people will pick them up and walk. Some people will swing them. Now, try both, okay? If you're swinging them, all you do is that you're just using momentum to carry you forwards, like I said, okay? Now, I wouldn't describe this as unsafe. I wouldn't describe it as better or worse. Personal preference. What it does do, because kettlebells get further away from you, it means the requirement to grip them is a little bit higher. So it might be a bit harder if you have bad grip strength. I think what I like to do is a hook grip. Now, hook grip, all that is where we go thumb round, and then these 2 fingers go on top of my thumb, just above the nail on that side, and that's a hook grip. And then that's how I'm going to hold them. And then what I'm going to do, slightly in forwards from the waist, short choppy steps, walk through. Now, I will also say there's chalk available at the start of the station. Definitely use it. Go hammer on the chalk. Give yourself a little slap in the face if you want to. But get your chalk on. Maybe hook grip, maybe don't. It's nothing to say other than just make sure you practice farmer's carry. Make sure you're bracing nice and hard as well when they're not all loose. And yeah, keep moving. Have fun. You're on to the penultimate station and you're on to lunges. You're nearly there, but this one is one you're going to have to grind through mentally, which is good because it means there's not crazy amounts of technique to focus on. Now, on your Hyrox sandbag, you're going to have handles in different positions. You're going to have some wide, some narrow. Just go off with whatever's comfortable. You can even go no hands if you have a strong enough core and you can actually hold it. To give your arms complete rest, you can go no hands if you want. All you need to do is make sure your knee hits the floor and your feet coming together every single rep. In doubles, make sure this bag does not touch the floor. If it touches the floor, it could be DQ'd. You should definitely don't want. And don't pass it forward. So just turn your back, give it to a partner or whatever, or just take it off from behind. Okay? So, smooth way of getting on. Get to the shoulders. Little drive over. Oh my God, there's a lot of sand in this. But don't mind, I'm professional, so I'm going to keep going. Now, all you need to do is just not too much of a step, because then that's going to be way too hard. Drop the knee, feet in, go. That's option number one. Second option is that I lunge forwards, and then I'll then take the step in, I'll go straight through. Okay? Again, more tactic, but quicker, obviously. Just don't make sure you give any steps in between, and again, in shape. Now, interestingly, yes, I've got. With this, what other people do, they'll, every time they lunge, they'll bring their left foot to the midline and their right foot to the midline. It's not actually what you want to do, because they're almost lunging diagonally, and you've got a lot more strain on your knees, it's just going to feel like you're in a not very strong position. So we're going to take the camera now to look straight in front of me, and you're going to see that when I'm lunging, my right foot is going straight forwards, my left foot is going straight forwards, as opposed to right foot cutting across, and left foot cutting across. But some people do. Don't make a mistake. This needs to be done. Other than that, keep breathing, and then yeah, you're nearly there. Okay, so on the final station, I'm really about to get to this point. Trust me, personal experience, I know that you can fashion down very, very quickly. Now, when it comes to tactics on your wallballs, your first set should always be aiming to your biggest set. You want to dent it as much as you can, and then you can even think of a plan through that. Your worst case scenario is always going to be in EMOMs every minute on a minute of 10 to 20 reps. That can be your worst case scenario. That can guarantee you a 5 to 10 minute finish. If you're just looking for finishing, obviously if you want to be 5 or under, if possible, if you're looking to maybe get a PB or like 3 times. Okay. Now, technique-wise, when you bring the ball up, a lot of people say arms length away. Personally, for me, it's a little too far, so I'm going to go ever so slightly in from there. Palm should be towards the bottom of the ball. Your chin should be touching the ball, and you should be looking up. And then your normal squat width. Then I'm just going to squat down, make sure you get below 90, otherwise you're going to get no rep. Throw out towards the target. Fraction again. You can see how it's onto my chin again. And I'll squat, and I'll go chin, throw it up the side. One thing to note, when I'm throwing, I'm breathing out. When it's coming back down towards me, I'm breathing in, okay? This means that I'm braced for the impact of the balls as well. I'm not stuffing at me at all. Another thing, when you throw it, you can throw it and then leave your arms there, ready to catch it again, go again. This will be a little bit more fatigue on the shoulders, but it's easier. It's fairly easier. More advanced tactic, once you've thrown it, your arms come away and we'll meet it by the time it lands again. As I say, more advanced, but it will just give your shoulders that minute rest. It will make the difference, okay? Either way, use the rest of that checklist, chin on the ball, squat stance, make sure you hit the target. Nowadays, they actually do have screens, so you should be able to see when your reps count, which makes it a little bit easier than before. Obviously, if you get a no rep, that's still going to affect quite massively. So make sure you get good at these and you try not to hit too many no rep. If you can practice with a target instead of a wall, which is all we have access to here, then it's definitely a good idea too. But either way, it's the final effort. You've got to tell yourself, and you've got to just do everything. So once you have, you'll be over that finish line. And my only regrets to my single Hyrox is that my movements were not up to scratch. And that's something that I'll hopefully be changing when I eventually do want to go. So hopefully you found the tips in this video helpful and you feel more confident about your stations for your next event. If you like this, then I'm actually going to give you 30 ways in the next 30 days that you can smash your next Hyrox. Whether you're looking for a PB or you're looking just to get for your first Hyrox relatively unscathed, then I'm going to need some tips for you. All you need to do is click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen now, I'm going to send these straight to your email inbox. You can unsubscribe at any time. So there's no risk to you, really. If you get bored of me, then just shoot me away. But that's all for this video. I hope I've earned your like and subscription, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. If you're looking for the most common mistakes that people make when they're training for Hyrox, watch this one right here.